But before, the banks could bet on you to fail. If you withdrew your money, or you couldn't pay their fees, then they would get their money no matter what. If it meant taking your house, if it meant taking your car. There's a line, and if you've talked to me for longer than 5 minutes, you've probably heard me quote it, in the book Grapes of Wrath, which is about the farmers' mortgage crisis in the 1930s during the Dust Bowl. It says, not a man in a bank likes what the bank does, and yet the bank doesn't. And the idea of that line is protect the institution. Which is an extremely dangerous idea and stretches way beyond finance, as we saw at Penn State. Which I don't mean, sorry. Penn State alumni. And it's true. All these people say, oh, well, it was the culture. I did nothing wrong. I was just doing what everyone else was doing. I was just investing in these awful mortgages, these mortgages that had no reason to be bad. Simply what everyone else was doing. Or I was doing what I was told. And that was the big drop, I think, when I gave up the idea of libertarianism, the idea of a self-regulating market. Because there's no sense of moral judgment. There's no sense of anyone taking personal initiative. And without that, you're just moving numbers around, hoping to make money out of nothing. But anyway, I talked for way too long about far more topics than I did. I want to hear what you guys say.
First bailout by the federal government, United States federal government, 1840, the former Republic of Texas, the state of Texas, because they owed all this money to Spain, and for all the money that they owed for all the people who fought in the war against Spain and the freedom that they received by becoming independent. So it was Sam Houston that asked for the first bailout. So when Ron Paul says Texas never, or Ron Paul or Mr. Perry says Texas never got a bailout, they got the first bailout.
I'll do you one better. One of the ways we kind of sewed things up with England after the Revolutionary War and then the War of 1812 was helping them pay off their 70-year-old debt from the French and Indian War. It's interesting that we're fairly willing to give to institutions, or to countries, and then it's a controversy with institutions, with banks and our institutions. And that's an issue here in third world of debt forgiveness. All these countries that have their people are earning $3,000 a year if they're lucky, and we're still saying, oh, well, we're still leaning on it. We're still the tax collector on them, no matter how poor they are. Anyone else?
It's still amazing that companies that were doing stocks were able to sell each other insurance on stocks. And then when the insurance on the stocks was backed by the federal government. So when they both knew that they were going to lose money on the stocks, both had sold, and at the same time, they both had immediate need for the insurance from each other. Neither one had it. The federal government had to run in and make like a fire company put out this fire. So that not only did we lose money on the stocks, we lost money on the insurance that they sold each other, and then we also lost money on the money that we had to refund and refill their insurance policies with. So it's like we in the United States lost out money 3 times on one deal.
Well, that's that.
It's like we bought a car, bought a car, bought a car.
I guess the doctrine of too big to fail. Never mind the games they're playing, never mind the risk that they're taking upon themselves. We have to save them, because if we don't save them, they will destroy us. Which is what a credit crunch is. When they're suddenly realizing, oh, well, he's not paying those costs, so he can't be lending more and more out. And then that's the problem with the debt-based economy. I have no debt. And I realize that's an anomaly. You know I'm not brown. And I find that incredible. That you cannot go through life without debt. Be it credit cards or a house or a car. Well, thank you for letting me ramble. I really see. I hope I said some things people agree with, and I hope I said some things people disagree with. Well, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Occupy Sarah. Thanks for being here for Occupy Your Brain, brought to you by Occupy Harrisburg. I just wanted to let everybody know that we have other Occupy Your Mind sessions coming up. February 6th at 5:30 here. Tentatively, we're probably going to have a university professor coming and speaking on First Amendment rights to petition and redress grievances, which is quite topical for us. February 20th, 5:30, we'll also have another speaker, one of the founders of the Circle School, Jim Reitmolder. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. But he'll be here talking about democracy and education. So I hope to see you guys there. And thanks again to Ben for doing what you did today.